Hi, North Mesa Tigers. Welcome back from break. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving and welcome back to PE. This week, we're going to actually work on our next unit, which is volleyball. Now, I'm going to be posting some sites that you can go to teach you and remind you how to do some of the volleyball cues. This was hard for me to do volleyball because I just love to play it with all of you in the gym, but unfortunately right now, these are the circumstances. So hopefully you guys can get out and play volleyball. Now I'm inside my house for a reason. The weather might be getting cold this week and it might be way too cold to go outside and play. So first of all, what you're gonna need is a volleyball. If you can get outside and try all of these, then you definitely want to. But if you don't have a volleyball, which I'm sure a lot of us don't, if you don't have a volleyball, we're gonna get creative and I'm gonna show you how. I'm also gonna show you what to use in case you're stuck indoors and you don't want to use the volleyball. You don't wanna break anything for your parents. You don't want them upset. So here are some options. If you don't have a volleyball, my favorite option is actually just a balloon. If you have a balloon, you could blow it up and you could play this a variety of different ways. And I'm gonna teach you how in just a bit. If you don't have a balloon, let's get creative. Let's see what else. If you have a little ball, maybe a ball, you could roll up some socks to use as a ball. If you have a beach ball at the house, okay, you can also blow up one of those to work the same. If you don't have any of those, my last resort, my last creative idea is I just took a Ziploc bag and I had to open just a little bit, enough to use a straw and blow some air into it. And now I made my own volleyball. So those are some different ideas to get you to be able to play the game. Because we're gonna be inside, we're not gonna get to do as much running around. So I want you guys to try a different workout and I'm gonna post some, go click on some of the images. I want you to work on what's called a Tabata workout. So it's only a few minutes long, but I want you to try to see if you can do the workout. It'll give you an exercise. You'll do it as hard as you can for a little bit of time and then you're gonna take a break. And then you move on to the next exercise and you do it as hard as you can. Get that heart rate up and moving, and then you're gonna try something else, okay? But let's go over volleyball. So to volleying is the act of striking something. So in this case, it's our volleyball or whatever we're using as our volleyball. We're gonna use our hands, we're gonna use our arms to bump it. You're trying to keep it off of hitting the ground. So you're trying to keep it up in the air before it reaches the ground. In volleyball, we have a net and we're trying to make it go over the net. So you might get creative and I'm going to give you some ideas to do so. When you are trying to watch the volleyball or trying to volley any kind of ball or whatever you're using, you want to track the ball or the object with your eyes. So you need to always watch where it's going. You need to move your body to get under, make yourself find, don't be lazy, don't just hit it. You have to move your feet and bend your knees and get under to hit that ball up, or the volleyball, the balloon, whatever you're using, up in an up fashion. Keep your knees bent, feet apart so that you can have the center of gravity, okay? So you're kind of moving different directions. You're gonna want to make contact with the ball in an upward motion to keep it up in the air, and you follow through with your volley. Wherever you're targeting, if you're trying to hit it up in the air, you're gonna follow through by pushing it up. Okay, there's different things that you're gonna try in volleyball. We're gonna work on bumping or digging, they call it, two different things. We're going to work on setting. We're going to work, if you'd like to practice serving, and here at your own house, if you'd like to, you can also try to spike it. I know quite a few of you play on volleyball teams, so remember what your coaches have taught you as well and when you're trying to practice. Okay, so for those of us with balloons, these are some ideas. You can volley by going back and forth. Every other hand, you can volley with just one hand upwards or underneath. You can then try to volley the ball or the balloon with the other hand. Try volleying it with a fist. See how many times you could keep it up in the air with a fist or a finger. Okay, see if you could keep it up in the air and count your volleys. You might try to use your elbow, have some fun. Try your head, see if you could get it to bump, kind of like in soccer when we talked about that. You can try to volley it by sitting down. You have to find a chair or on the floor and you have to sit. Okay, so those are some different fun options with the balloon that you can try. You can work on one hand volleyball technique where you're trying to volley the balloon or the ball up in the air using just one hand at a time. We kind of already talked about that. Then you could go to two hands, and this is where you could practice your setting. Okay, see how many times you can keep the ball up in the air without it hitting the ground. Here's another one. Volleyball hits, you start with an underhand or an overhand serve, and then you volley the balloon by using sets or bumps. So you have to start it with a serve, and then you can bump it, you can set it, all of that fun stuff. We have another one. This one is called volley and jack. So you're gonna hit the balloon up in the air or the ball, and you're gonna see how many jumping jacks you can do before you can hit it again. You can walk around the house and volley, okay? You can travel around the room where you're skipping or you're sliding. So locomotor volleys are another option. So as you can see, I want you to really work on just that technique. I want you to work on having fun, watching it. But will this activity probably get your heart rate very high? Not too much, unless you have a cleared out room where you can really be active. Don't run into anything. Don't crash into TVs or Christmas trees. We don't want to get your parents upset, okay? If you have somebody to play with, you can play an actual volleyball game. Balloon volleyball, here's an idea. You can both be sitting somehow. If you have a partner, have a brother or sister you can play with, or your parent, you can sit and try to hit the balloon or the volleyball back and forth, okay? You can even have a house volleyball game. So if you see, split your house in half, get onto two teams, and then use something to make the net. Like in this case, they use chairs. I have an island in our kitchen, so if I'm playing with Bella, she can be on one side and I'm going to be on the other, and we're going to try to hit it back and forth. In volleyball, you're allowed 3 hits. You're not supposed to technically hit them 3 times in a row, but if you're the only one playing, you might have to. But those are some ideas. Like I said, click on the links around me now that you know what this week is. I hope you enjoy playing volleyball. Don't forget though, guys, you have to record your participation. So go to the puzzle piece for the week, click on it, and just answer that question so that I know and you know that you're being active. At least you need to be doing PE just like as if you were in school 2 times a week for 40 minutes. If you can't do it all at the same time, I understand. If you're really having a good time and want to do a little bit more PE, I always encourage that. Just make sure you're getting your classroom work done. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm always loving to see videos too. If you and your brother or sister are having a heated game of balloon volleyball, send it to me through my email. I'd love to see it. Hope everyone's doing well, staying healthy. I miss you guys so much. See you soon. Bye.